Are you feeling stuck in your creative journey? Well, you're not alone. Artists from around the world feel similar ways, and these are challenges that they face every day. So I say, let's go find the solution for them. Hello souvenirs, welcome back to my channel. My name is SUVI and I am an artist based out of California and southern India. On this channel, we explore strategies and tools that will help you live a happier, more mindful, fulfilling and creative lives. Today I am asking the question, what's the single biggest challenge you faced as a creative? And to answer them, I've reached out to my community of amazing independent artist friends from around the world who live very successful lives now, but they didn't all start that way. So let's go.
Hello, I am Arunaja. I'm a singer-songwriter from India.
Hi, I'm Shinova. I am an artist-producer based in Los Angeles and San Diego. I am a one-stop shop. I do everything in-house from recording, engineering, mixing, singing, producing, writing. I make all my own beats. I'm a lyricist. If you ever need a beat or a top line, I got you.
My name is Gabriel Turan, aka Habli Rude. I'm a music video director and I'm a music producer.
My name is Keira Kang. I am a recording artist, a music producer, and a music educator.
Hi, I'm Heather Evans. I'm a singer-songwriter and I write songs for TV and films. I'm also a mom and a wife. I also have a podcast that's coming out in March called The Boxes Podcast.
My stage name is King Whale. I am an artist and musician. I play saxophone, I sing, and I do a little bit of rap too.
Hi, my name is Kalyani Nair. I'm a singer, composer, orchestral arranger, and a choir director from Chennai.
Hey everybody, my name is Cheyenne Jolene, also known as Bodacious Thang, and I am an artist, singer, songwriter based in Los Angeles, California. The question I was asked was, what are some of the challenges that you face in the music industry? And I think my first challenge was just believing that I could be a musician and be in this industry, because I grew up in a very small town. Not a lot of superstars coming out of there. And I thought it was damn near impossible for me to have this dream life of being a musician, singer. When I got to Los Angeles, I realized I knew nothing about anything. Like I thought I knew a little something because I had had gigs in Kansas City, and I guess I had some experience, but I hadn't been doing it. I was a kid, I was a teenager. And so when I got to Los Angeles and I saw all these people doing what they love to do, they had these visions, they had these goals, and they were older than me. And I was just like, oh my God, what am I doing here? So I dealt with imposter syndrome. I dealt with just not feeling like I belonged. I felt like I just didn't know what I was doing at all. How did I combat that? I got older. That helped a lot. That helped a lot because I was paying bills, I was adulting, I was experiencing life on my own, and I was like, oh, I can make good decisions. I can pay my bills on time and things like that. So that really helped me to gain more confidence in myself. And then when it came to music, music is something I've always been around, something I've always wanted to do, something I've always loved. But as a career, I just really didn't have a path that I was following. And for a long time, I really was just all over the place because I was listening to what everybody else was telling me to do, instead of following my first vision, my first mind. Part of life, we live and learn. Like I said, I moved to LA very young. And so when I started to gain that confidence in myself by writing in my journal, by doing manifestations, by writing out my goals, and surrounding myself with people who supported me and loved me and told me the truth even when I didn't want to hear it, and things like that, I started to see changes in my life that I really like. I encourage anyone who's watching this to listen to yourself and learn along the way, but never put your vision on the back burner if you know you are kind of running away from it. Face that thing. Face that thing!
For me, it was to understand and accept that everybody has their own time and pace of achieving things in their life. Like, while you achieve it, it's also important that you keep at it, like never to stop, never to get discouraged. So trust in the timing of God. That's what I'm going to say. Because I am a believer of God, and I kind of approach my life as I approach my career, because music is life for me. How did I overcome the difficulty? I would say that, like I really believe, like, what has to happen will happen, and if it doesn't happen, it happened for a reason. I honestly kind of believe this is my approach. This has been my approach in my life, and art is life for me. So it's kind of believing and putting in the work during the downtime, so that when you are ready, it will come to you naturally. And when I look back at my life right now, whatever has happened in my life, it has come to me at the right time when I was ready. So it's important to keep working and not give up, in that gaps when nothing kind of sort of makes sense, or nothing kind of moves ahead, kind of stagnant. It's what you do in that point matters the most.
The challenge in the creative journey, there's two challenges. One is the creative side, and then outside the creative side, the responsibilities you have as having a family, So on the creative side, it takes me time to focus, and I need time to think about my things, try to see things in a simple way without complicating myself too much. And I need my time to cut a video or do something or make a song, I need a certain amount of focus. That sometimes the challenge is that focus is cut because you have to do another thing, because you have other responsibilities, and that's a challenge, And then in the creative side too, the challenge is to be unique each time and not to be influenced by things around you, like your visuals that you watch or your music. So try to be creative without getting influenced, by other things.
I am 38 years old. So I've been through a lot in my creative journey. And I think one of the biggest things that I've had to overcome is what I call the monster, the inner critic that tells you, oh, you're not qualified enough to do that. Who are you to try to write a song for TV and film? You can't be better than this artist or that artist. And that negative self-talk can just play in your head, and it can keep you in a box, right? And I do not want to live in this like constrained life. I want to live life outside of the box. And so a lot of the songs I write are about like confronting your inner critic and, encouraging people to get outside of yourself, not worrying about what other people think about you, and just chasing the dreams that are in your heart, that it's never too late. Like, you're not too old. Having kids doesn't disqualify you. All these things that we've like put ourselves in the box for. I really want to encourage people to live outside of that. And that's what my podcast is about. And hopefully you'll listen to it, the Boxes podcast. And then also currently a struggle that I'm really, really wrestling with. And just to go a little bit deeper, I have a connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And it's a really rare condition that affects your connective tissue and your joints and even the connective tissue in your body. So I've been wrestling with a lot of chronic illness this year, and I've been in and out of the hospital, in and out of the doctor's office, getting all these tests. And the hard thing about rare disease is doctors don't know very much about it. So that's been a really challenging thing for me this year, finding the right doctors and continuing to pursue my music, even though I've been sick. The way I've been able to navigate through the challenge of negative self-talk has really been about putting community around me who will encourage me and champion me, and not in like a competitive way, but in an encouraging way, right? So I have such an incredible music community here in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm from. And we just encourage each other to go after the dreams in our heart. And a lot of us are musicians. So it's helpful to have people on your team and on your side that really believe in you and understand what you're going through. Same thing with the connective tissue disorder thing that I have. I am in like some Facebook groups and I'm able to talk to other people and say, hey, what did you ask your doctor about? And that's really helped a lot. And things like physical therapy to strengthen my joints have helped so that I'll be able to do music for the long run. Because the biggest thing that I've been scared about is like, what if I can't play guitar anymore? What if I can't physically do the thing that I love anymore? And that's just been like so hard to deal with. It's a lot, but I'm like, you know what? I cannot worry about the big picture. I have to take it one day at a time. And as long as I'm able to play guitar, I'm going to play guitar. As long as I'm able to sing, I'm going to sing. As long as I'm able to show up for people and show up in situations, I'm going to show up. And there may come a time where I can't show up anymore, but I'll know that I lived life to the fullest.
The single most difficult thing that I faced in my creative journey. Wow, that is tough to answer. There are so many difficult things when you embark upon a path that is not commonly traveled, when you go down the road less traveled. Beyond, making ends meet and all the creative challenges and all the difficult people that you might encounter in the industry, as well as cutting through the noise, I would say the most challenging thing for me has been sustaining community, because for me as a Korean American, it's very uncommon to do what I do. And I faced a lot of backlash from my own family as well as my cultural community. And to some extent, I still do today. Granted, because I have created a career in education, that kind of made it a little bit more acceptable, but it's still something that I'm dealing with today. So, I think when you do something that is so real for yourself, in your soul that that's what you're meant to do, there's going to be a lot of people that are on board with you and violently support you. And there's also going to be people that doubt you so much and are honestly banking on you to fail, to be real. And I think that's something that every creative encounters. The most interesting thing is that the people that are closest to you are often not your biggest supporters. In this field, I think the people that end up supporting you the most, especially in the beginning, are people who actually discover you on their own through your work. Because your mom, your brother, your sister, they're not going to be thrilled that you take a risky path, that you are following your heart, especially if you come from a family that is focused on safety or has been dealing with limiting beliefs and generational trauma. So I think that for me, that was and is, it still is, the most challenging thing for me. How to get through this? Oh, geez. You have to do a lot of inner work to be real. You have to be committed. Be committed to personal development and growth, and just know that there is a reason why your soul has been called to do what you have been called to do. You have to trust in your purpose and trust in the knowing that you are being guided by something bigger than just yourself. It's a lot of deep diving within your own soul, meditation, spirituality, healing, looking to spiritual gurus and watching the right content like Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness, or Jay Shetty, or Dr. Joe Dispenza. That has definitely kept me going. So I think it's just a very stubborn determination to stick to what you know in your heart and in your gut, regardless of what everyone else around you is saying.